Hey there guys, welcome back. My name's Sadaplays, I hope you're all well. In today's video we're playing Arma Free Exile. We are playing on a brand new map from Bohemia. It's called Tanoa. It's hot, it's humid, it's spooky as hell at night, and it really is a beautiful map. I'd like you to come on this adventure with me, my first time playing on Tanoa. There's a lot of death, there's a lot of struggling, but in the end, maybe we become king of this jungle. But before that, we have to go through the trials and tribulations of being a freshborn. And this is how it started. My first spawn into Tanoa could have gone a little bit better. I landed in one of the spawn towns, which is pretty much just a death match for all the fresh spawns. They get a gun, you get a gun, and who shoots who first comes out on top, and maybe progresses to the higher tier gear a bit later on. But on this occasion, I killed him, but he broke my legs. Not a good start, son. Not a good start. If at first you don't succeed, try. What the fuck? Oh my god. That headshot. Anyway, our luck has to change sooner or later, right? And as I spawned for my third time in a row, I started to hear this car racing through town, and then suddenly the engine just stopped. What the hell just happened? It turned out that this guy just crashed straight into a wall, killed himself, and he was fully geared, and there was a car there. This was the turning point for me. I could finally get good gear, get a car, get out of there, and hopefully start doing some missions and get some really, really good gear to progress myself in Tanoa. So I managed to take this guy's gear, and all I had to do now was fix the car with some duct tape that he had in his backpack, and then I can get out of there. But as I was fixing the car, in the corner of my eye I just saw a freshborn with a gun creeping round on me, trying to flank me, and it probably was the guy that just crashed, trying to get his car back. Luckily for me, I spotted him. Right, sweet! We've got the gear, we've got the car. It's time to put the pedal to the metal. Let's do this! So after cruising around in my new car, I was feeling pretty good about myself. This car was easy to drive. I don't know how that noob crashed it. It was time to go to the airfield and see what this little baby could do. I seriously can't believe that guy crashed. What a scrub. So, after leaving the car on the airfield because it had a technical difficulty. Alright, I crashed, guys. I freaking crashed. That car is so hard to drive. It should be illegal. But fuck. So anyway, we left the car on the airfield and we had to gear up again. There's only one way to do that quickly in Tanoa, and that is to do some missions. They're very dangerous, but there's a high risk, high reward. So it was time to go for my first mission. Fuck that car, seriously, guys. Stupid car. After travelling through the jungle to get to the mission, I had insects in places that I didn't even know I had places. And I tell you, it was very itchy. So anyway, by the time we got to the mission, the AI was still there. So that means no other players are there, or at least they haven't shot the AI yet. All I had to do was kill the AI, get the gear, and we are good to go. After killing all the AI, it was just a matter of running down to the loot box, getting some good gear, and then we can progress into the jungles of Tanoa. Or there could be someone camping the mission. Fuck! So after running around zigzagging, acting like a complete maniac, which is a shitty tactic, I finally got safe inside a building. Thank God. I should have known that you can shoot through that building that I felt so safe in. Anyway, not to be deterred, I got myself a pistol and I went straight back to that mission to try and get that loot that was rightfully mine.
Fuck you, man. Really.
So after having some quality interaction with another player on the Tanoa map, I thought it would be a good idea to get the biggest gun out of this box and then camp this mission in case anyone else come along. I just got in position and it wasn't long before another sneaky little player come along to that mission. What I really needed was a really good sniper rifle, maybe a ghillie suit, some night vision. So I was going to mission to see what gear I could get. And this mission was one of the high priority missions on the map, and it should have really good loot in it. So it was time to do this mission, to see what it had. After killing all the AI, it was time to check out what was inside the loot box, and it was everything we had dreamed of. It was a top of the range sniper rifle, ammo, everything we needed to start causing some real damage on this map. There was also another crate there with a ghillie suit in and loads of goodies. Now we're pretty much at the top of the food chain on Tanoa, and we can start reaching out, going to big missions, killing big squads, base raiding, and doing all the big things that I love to do. Now things got good. We wasn't a little fresh spawn anymore. We had all the gear in the world, and now the more people I killed, the more money I could get. And the bigger guns, the bigger explosives, the bigger everything I could get. Now it was time to cause some absolute mayhem on Tanoa. And oh, it felt great. I started off sticking to the jungles and having a little explore, see if we could find some people's bases to raid. I didn't want to go out into the main towns where all the fresh spawns were. I wanted to stick to the jungles, I wanted to be quiet, and I wanted to shoot people from range and do hit and run tactics. But before that, it was time to have a little explore of this beautiful, beautiful island called Tanoa. After spending a lot of time in the jungle, exploring around Tanoa, going to some of the ancient sites and really living in the jungle for a few days, I started to realise that the jungle was actually my friend. It provided me food and water and cover and safety, and anyone else that come into my jungle, that was a very bad thing for them to do. I could use that jungle to slip in, to cause damage and to disappear. So that's what I started to do. I had all the good gear in the game now, and it was time to really cause some damage to the other players of Tanoa, using the jungle as my advantage. Once I learnt to use the jungle to my advantage, I started to realise that I could disappear in plain view, and also I could reach out and touch other players from a very long way away. The more people I started killing, I could take their gear, I could sell it at the traders, and I could buy more ammunition, food, satchel charges, better scopes, whatever I needed. And then, as my confidence grew, I started taking on big squads, and I wasn't afraid anymore. I was starting to become the king of this jungle. At this mission, there was probably 3 squads here. There was over 10 guys all around me, shooting, killing each other, and I was picking them off one by one by one. But then I spotted the chopper that they come in, so I thought I would leave them a little bit of a surprise for after they completed the mission and come back to their chopper. And then I could get all their loot, sell it, and buy more stuff for me. This was my jungle now. started to find that I never really left the jungle. All I had to do was stay in the jungle, snipe people from a distance, make sure it was clear, and then go in and get their loot. And I was doing this over and over again. And at this particular time, I spotted some guys. They landed a Chinook helicopter at the airfield, and I was just scoping them out, ready to take the perfect shot. And then I suddenly realised the two guys that had got out of the chopper suddenly died there. I don't really know if somebody shot them or they glitched underneath the chopper and died. I don't know, but I know one thing. They're going to be coming back to their chopper as soon as possible to get their loot and to get out of there in their chopper. I've got a little surprise for them if they decided to do that. After waiting for a little while, my hunch was right. They come back to get their gear and to try and take their chopper. So all that was left to do was to touch off that bomb when they got in their chopper. So we started from the bottom as a little fresh spawn on Tanoa. We struggled, we fought, we managed to get good gear in the end. And now it's time for me to make myself a little base in the jungle and to wait for Frankie to join us. In the next episode, me and Frankie will be carrying on our adventure on Tanoa. I hope you guys will join us for that. It's going to be a good one. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, maybe give us a little like or a comment. That would mean a lot to me. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.